Hello, this is Yogesh for 7000 again, and I'm back on another interesting topic in Vedic astrology today. And today we will be talking about the position of Sun in the 10th house. And we are not talking about transit or gochara as it's called in Sanskrit. We're talking about when Sun is placed in the 10th house in your natal chart. Okay, so it's right on top. It's around the time when Sun is shining high above your head. It's around noontime generally. So what are the effects of Sun in the 10th house as given to us by the ancient scriptures? And I always keep reminding my subscribers or viewers that all my videos are a direct reference to the ancient scriptures. So what are the effects of Sun in the 10th house in your natal chart as per the ancient scriptures? So just open your natal chart and see if Sun is in the 10th house. This video is for you. It is not for people whose Sun is transiting in the 10th house, right, as per the present transit of planets. So the ancient scriptures say that it's very auspicious to have Sun in the 10th house. The person is going to make quite a bit of achievements in the educational sphere, meaning which he'll do very well in studies by the 18th year. So there'll be a very distinctive feature here, or you will see people whose Sun is in the 10th house will do extremely good in studies by the time they're 18. So pretty early in age. You know, there could be certain students where they make progress quite late in life, but here you'll see if the Sun is positively sitting in the 10th house, then education will just come to him very easy. Now a lot of other factors have to be taken into consideration, like I always mention in my earlier videos as well, that do not just jump to a conclusion if Sun is in the 10th house and the person is going to do well in studies by the 18th year, or will achieve in the area of education by the 18th year. You have to see other planets also, where they are placed, and what do the sutras and what do the shlokas and what do the Hora Shastras, whatever Shastras are there, the ancient scriptures say about those planets. And then when you when you actually look at it from all angles, from all the planets, only then you can come to a final conclusion. So that's one thing I would like to mention here, like a warning, that do not jump to a conclusion based on just one planet. That's one. Secondly, you have to look at other factors in terms of how strong Sun is, whether it's aspected by malefics or benefics, whether it's conjunct with malefics or benefics. So all these factors also have to be taken into consideration, and also look at it from the point of view of other methods of analysis, like Sage Parashara's analysis could be slightly different from Sage Gemini's, or the Bhrigu Sutras may be different from Sage Parashara's. So look at it from all the angles and then come to a final conclusion. But basically what the ancient scriptures say, as a general rule, Sun in the 10th house will do good. That's one. And also a person will achieve in the area of education by the time he reaches the age of 18. Of course, qualifying this statement is if the Sun is positive, because Sun sitting in the 10th house can be negative as well. So we'll discuss it in a moment from now. When does it get positive and when does it get negative? So the ancient scriptures also say that Sun is really positive when it's exalted in the 10th house. Okay, and when does Sun gets exalted? We all know that Sun gets exalted in the zodiac sign of Aries. So if Sun is sitting in the zodiac sign of Aries, then it's extremely beneficial or auspicious. And that'll happen when the ascendant of person is a Cancer ascendant. Okay, also when you notice the Cancer ascendant people have Sun sitting in the 10th house in its exaltation sign, the second house of that person is actually the zodiac sign of Leo, and that forms an extremely powerful and auspicious Dhana Yoga. Dhan means wealth and Yoga means combination, so the person actually becomes very wealthy. So like I said, just don't come to a conclusion based on Sun sitting. What if Sun is debilitated sitting in the 10th house? Then of course all the results are going to be totally opposite. The person may not achieve well in his studies, as it's been mentioned that he will do great by the age of 18. In this case, when Sun is debilitated, he may not do well at all in studies, and that happens for people whose ascendant is Capricorn ascendant. For Capricorn ascendant, if Sun goes and sits in the 10th house, then there's a problem as far as education is concerned. All other auspicious deeds, as mentioned by the ancient scriptures, if Sun is exalted in the 10th house, gets reversed. So you'll feel negative results. So all these factors have to be taken into consideration. Another thing which the ancient scriptures say, that if Sun is sitting in the 10th house and is positive for the person, then he will do all kinds of pious deeds. He will be devoted to Brahmins, he will do charitable acts, he will do charities and have religious functions and religious ceremonies. Also in terms of areas other than religion, he will be extremely brave and he'll be valorous and earn an extremely good reputation, because the 10th house also talks about our reputation and also power at the place of work. Our career, he'll do well in career, he'll do pious deeds, he'll be religious, he'll be very brave, and as far as his prestige and reputation is concerned, he will do extremely well. So all good things are mentioned for people having Sun in their 10th house, but again, once again, qualified whether it's positive or negative. It will not happen if Sun is placed in an enemy sign. It will not happen if Sun is placed in its debilitation sign of Libra. An enemy sign of Sun is what? It could be a sign ruled by its enemy. For example, if Sun is sitting in the 10th house in Capricorn or Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn, then of course it may not give, well, not may not, but will not give good results at all. But yes, in case it's positive, he'll even go ahead and build temples, and he will do something for the cows as well, and he'll be very generous towards Brahmins, because Sun is about the Vedas. It's a very sattvic planet, as we know. So he'll do all the activities which are related to the sattva guna, and we've already discussed that. When it comes to other areas, he'll be very brave, very courageous. He'll be, maybe turn out to be a kingly person with good warrior-like capabilities, and he'll earn a great reputation as well. And another thing is what's mentioned in the ancient scriptures, and also we've experienced in our day-to-day astrological readings as well, out of our own experiences, that in case Sun is sitting in the sign of a malefic, we've already discussed that, but in case it's also aspected or it's conjunct with a malefic while sitting in the 10th house, then again it may not, or it will not give good results. There will be all kinds of obstructions as far as doing good deeds is concerned. His reputation may be at stake. He will not do well as far as career and profession is concerned. He may not be very courageous. He will indulge in evil deeds. The ancient scriptures have even gone to the extent of saying that in case major malefics are aspecting, or in case major malefics are conjunct, like a Rahu or a Saturn, while sun is sitting in the 10th house, regardless of the fact that whether sun is sitting in its exaltation sign or it's in its own sign of Leo as well, it will do or it'll give you bad results rather. So here we have to be very careful. Good results will follow if sun is in its own sign of Leo or if it's exalted, but bad results are going to follow. All these good effects are going to turn negative in case it's associated through conjunction or aspect of a malefic planet. And we've already discussed that in case it's debilitated or it's in an enemy sign, then again bad results are going to be felt. Okay, it's extremely powerful in the 10th house sun, and it's considered to be Digbala, or Digbala is a Sanskrit word for getting directional strength. So it's the 10th house is a place of sun's Digbala where it gains directional strength, just like the planet Mars. Okay, so these are the little observations which you have to take into consideration while analyzing a chart. Look at the ancient scriptures, derive whatever knowledge you can, but do not come to a conclusion. Look at other factors as well, like I've mentioned. Look at it from other ways of analyzing a chart through other sages like Gemini or Bhrigu or Parashara, and then combine them and come to a conclusion. Also, look at the other planets, analyze the other planets. They could be a sutra or a shloka saying that a particular planet may not give an achievement if it's in certain combination or sitting in certain houses. And here you see that sun is exalted in the 10th house, which will give good results. So there's a slight conflict here. So any kind of a progress will be met with resistance by any kind of a malefic influence, even though sun is sitting in the 10th house as a positive planet, or exalted, or it's an own sign of Leo, or having benefic aspects. Other planets, if they are kind of resisting or are not well placed, it can somehow resist the positive qualities or the effects of sun sitting in the 10th house. So there are other views, slightly other conflicting views, which always happen when we read the ancient scriptures. One ancient scripture may say positive things about a placement of a planet in a particular house or a zodiac sign, but there are always conflicting views by other astrologers. But in this particular case, you'll be surprised that there seems to be a great consensus amongst a lot of other scriptures, or between scriptures rather. Brihat Jataka, which was considered, or which is considered, a great ancient classic, has said that yes, sun's placement in the 10th house is powerful, and so has Phaladipika, which has been written by Mantreshwara. Okay, so Brihat Jataka has been written by Varaha Mihira, who was considered a great astrologer in recent times. So pretty much all the scriptures going far back into the ancient times, like the times of Bhrigu, Parashara, and say Gemini, and the recent scholars, or you can even call them rishis or sages, like Varaha Mihira and Mantreshwara, they've also said that yes, sun's placement in the 10th house is great, and the person will be powerful and happy, because 10th house is a house of power, prestige, career, profession. Powerful, happy. Some sages or scholars have even said that the person will be blessed with children and have all kinds of conveyances. He'll be wealthy, powerful, along with having children. Now, I don't know what the relationship of the 10th house has with children or with conveyances, like a good car, for example. But Mantreshwara Faladipika has mentioned that as well. So everything good is happening as far as sun is well placed in the 10th house. But the qualifying factor here is it has to be well placed. Either it's a node sign of Leo, or in its exaltation should not have malefic aspects or conjunctions, and the other planets, the other 8 planets, should support and not kind of put a stiff resistance to this good placement of sun sitting in the 10th house. So hopefully you enjoyed this little video on the sun's placement in the 10th house. And in the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, there is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology very soon. Goodbye.